Good afternoon, good evening. I don't know what it is, but we are here with another episode of the weekly review with Vinnie and Sharifah. I don't know what we're going to talk about this week, but I know this week has been very interesting for me. So I'm one of your co-hosts, Sharifah Hardy, and the gentleman is,
Hello, Vinny.
hey Vinnie, you look pretty casual today.
Yes, so once a year, so Keller Williams, right? Once a year does this thing called Red Day where they give back to the communities that they live in. So today is that day. And today we did a food drive to help out people in our community and give back to the people who need it.
So why are you so casual? Oh, it's Red Day. Is that the Red Day, red dot? No? So I heard something
No.
about a red dot.
Oh, the red dot thing was something else. So I did this on some of our social media stuff
Mhm.
where we were asking, what do you like better? This house or the next? And I put a red dot in the middle and I wrote on there, what do you like better? And people were giving me a lot of slack because they were
Mhm.
saying that red dot's covering up both. So how would I even know?
Okay, so we're gonna talk a little bit about that, but I don't want to undermine your hard work. But I just want to say this, and I don't mean to be rude, Vinny. That's just sometimes how I come across. But you look pretty clean for someone who's worked all day trying to help the community.
Well, let me tell you this. You
Did
look
you
at
were you the supervisor? You were the supervisor.
no, no. Well, so you know what? I was getting to the nitty gritty, but I respect you so much, and I
Hmm.
respect people watching so much that I was like, you know what? I need to take time to clean myself up before I get on the show.
Hmm.
Because when you feel offended
Hmm.
or not important,
Hmm.
if I just came all dirty and all messy.
Hmm. No, because sometimes when you want to appear as if you worked hard and you helped the community and you gave back and you did good, like people will put on extra dirt, and make it look like just sweaty, do their hair like this, just to make it like they've given back. You're just every hair
What
is
you
in place.
the thing you said right there is tried to.
Right.
I feel that I'm a real person and
Mhm.
I'm gonna be real with the people out there. I'm not gonna do anything fake here.
Okay.
Everything's real, comes from the heart.
That's right. That's right. That's what we do here. So everyone who's tuning in this week, you know how we do it. If you have questions, if you have comments, please ask them in the comment section. Please go ahead and share this video today because we have a lot of fun, but we do educate and we share a lot of information. Hey to Val. Hey Tammy. Hey Tyler. See, Val's telling on you. Val said you were in the bathroom getting all pretty. That's what Val said.
Val always she likes to fit the truth, and she just thinks because I take care of myself and take care of my looks that I'm always trying to get pretty. But reality is it was a clean wash and fairly simple, fairly easy.
Okay, but let's go back to the people. Tell it, I mean, because this is an important thing. We're making light of it. We're talking about you. But tell us, go back a little bit, step back a little bit, please, Vinny. I want to see the shirt again because it has a lot of information I couldn't read real quick. Yeah, Red Day. I mean, energize, donate, renew, Keller Williams, San Diego, give where you live. Okay, so what did you give?
I gave my time,
Mm-hmm.
gave my effort, I gave my love. Isn't that
Mm-hmm.
enough, Shiva? Or do you need more of me?
No, it's enough, but I'm trying to get to specifics. Giving love just kind of sounds general. Did you sweep? What did you do? Like, which part did you actually do?
So we went door to door,
Hmm.
asking people for their canned goods,
Okay.
vegetables. We
Hmm.
picked the stuff up from there. We came back to our office and we started sorting it out in different containers. And then tomorrow we're going to give it to the shelter.
Oh, see, I mean, that's wonderful. That's wonderful to be able to give to the community and to help people who don't have as much. How was the response today?
Oh, it was really good. Maybe we should ask probably Val what the response was. Oh, wait, sorry, my bad. She wasn't here.
Val wasn't here.
Mm.
Where was Val?
I think she was relaxing. She didn't want to give back to the community.
No, we won't say that because that's not positive. You know what I mean? We all have to give back in some form or fashion. The
I'm
community
just joking
giving.
with her. No,
I know. I was just trying to see if she was going to give us a response. And so while we're waiting on that, we have Chris. Rasty, who just joins us, Sharabanu, PJ, Roosevelt, Clyde. Thank you all for joining us. This is the weekly review where my cousin Vinnie and I review our week and what's going on. So I have some things that I want to discuss, but as always, Vinnie, tell them about your week.
All right, so today I did an interview with someone that had a side hustle. So they were in IT. They had a side hustle for Beachbody and started building that up. And then once I got to the point where they can actually allow two individuals to live off that income, she quit her job and went fully into Beachbody. And now she just started a podcast and we'll be doing motivational speaking.
Oh, wow.
So that was pretty powerful. She put a game plan together, and she said the more she helped people, the more it gave her that fight to keep going every time she thought that maybe she wasn't good enough. And then let's see. Besides that.
Okay, but before her, let's go back to the Beachbody. When does this episode air?
This episode is probably 2 weeks out.
Okay.
Last Tuesday, my last episode that just came out was actually Ashley Tipton, that one that the Project Runway winner, season 14.
Right.
So that was a good one for anyone listening right there. Road to Growth, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, anything where podcasts are heard. Besides that, we did a lot of prospecting for the real estate stuff. So besides that, not a lot of podcasts since we last spoke, but a lot of real estate items. And we can get. Oh, actually, you know what? There was one on Friday. It was actually his name's Jeff Fenster. It's probably not. Well, it's not up your area, I don't think yet. It's a company called Everbowl, and they've been in the business for by the end of the year, I think it'd be 3 years, and they plan to have 45 stores in place in that time. And they do acai bowls and stuff like that. Healthy living.
I love acai bowls.
Yeah, so Everbowl. So that was a really impressive guy. Like he has, even with everything he's able to accomplish with 45 stores, he has no ego at all. And he goes, you put good people around you, hold your ego in check, and if someone has a good idea, allow them opportunity to take control.
Okay, so this is someone you had as a guest on your podcast.
Yep.
Okay, but this is the episode that has not aired yet.
No, this one will probably air. It'll air next week.
Okay, is that the one? I saw the picture of you sitting with a gentleman, and you posted that. Okay, so that's that one. And he has 46 stores?
He will have 45 stores in place by the end of this year. They have right now, I think, 28. Huh?
Is he single?
No, he has I think a wife. I'm not sure if he's a wife, but yeah.
Okay, well, see, Vinnie, when you do your show, the ones that have a certain net worth, you got to kind of somehow figure out their, eligibility.
I'm just going, hey, I have the perfect person for you.
That's right. Sharifah Hardy, as Sharifah.
So tell me about your week.
Okay. I had this moment, Vinnie, and it's the weirdest thing where in this moment, I said, what would Vinnie say? It was crazy because I did an interview and yesterday the person is a podcaster. He's a podcast host and he was talking about interviewing all of these celebrities, and he interviewed Gene Simmons. He interviewed Dionne Warwick. He interviewed Terry Crews. And so then he asked, can we discuss things that are negative on your show? I'm like, sure. We just have a conversation. And so he was telling me about this experience where he tried to get Ashanti to be a guest on his show, and her manager basically gave him a hard time or gave him pushback and kind of approached it as if, who are you? And so he was sharing this experience. And I was like, oh my God, what to say? Because the last thing that I want to do is have problems with Ashanti or Ashanti's camp because I'm having this discussion on my show. This wasn't his show, this was my show. So I was just like, okay. I was like, I love Ashanti. Ashanti is wonderful. She's great. I would love to have her as a guest on my show. And then I just kind of continued with the conversation, but I was just like, I wonder how you would handle a situation like that.
So if you had said, okay, so I had a negative experience because he was asking who I was, and I'd be like to that person, or like he's telling you a story. I go, so what would you say? What did he say next? I mean, I would ask him. Like, let's say you're the person, right? So I'd be like, so what did you say next after he said who you are?
He didn't. They didn't wind up doing the interview. She didn't know who he was, and the interview went really well. I mean, it went really well. He named some of the celebrities that he had interviewed.
So I would ask him. I go, you know what? Let me ask you a question. You interviewed so many people, right? And one person, maybe two, but one person you're telling me right, gave you a lot of attitude, right? So maybe you caught her at a bad time. Maybe you caught her at a bad moment. You know, I've never met Ashanti. I have no clue. I have no history of Ashanti. But my guess is you possibly met her at a bad moment. And the reality is she might have gave you a favor. Could probably gave you a little extra fire to get that next person, right?
Right. That's true if she would have decided to be a guest on his show. And I don't know if it was her decision or her camp's decision, but she never did the interview.
But no, even if she didn't want to be on the show, right? Like even if she didn't want to be on the show, there's a sense of us all that want to prove people wrong. So if the guy asks you, you mean who are you? Go, you know, I'm a podcaster. But if he's gonna just outright reject you, doesn't that give you a little extra fire? Go, I'm gonna show him who I am. Because I'm going to get something even better than Ashanti on my show. I'm going to get something even stronger than Ashanti on my show. And they're going to want to come to me down the road and actually ask me to be on their show.
Yeah, it was a great interview. I mean, he was a great guy. He had a great persona, let's say. You know, he was one of those people that I felt really talked the talk. And one of the things he said about Ashanti is, you know, Ashanti hasn't done anything in about 15 or 16 years. You know, and so I'm sitting there in this interview going, okay, how do we spin this? How do we turn this around so it's not, you know, because I told him, I said, I don't talk about the tea, you know, or the gossip or the news or anything like that. My focus is business. My focus is entrepreneurs. My focus is on helping, you know, people who want exposure. And so I just kind of took that. And then at the end of the his interview, we started discussing other things. And one of the things that he said, some of the people that he's run across, like maybe he goes to these press meetings where people send him to write stories about a convention center or event or different things like that. And writers go along with influencers. And so some of the influencers, he said, like somebody will say, oh, I have 2 million followers. And so he noticed that when the first thing a person mentions is the number of followers they have, that he knows that that's a lie, like absolutely untrue. And so he asked me my thought on that. And I said, you know, and I think this is the first time that I've really ever done that. I usually give a yes, a no. I'm very opinionated. And I told him, you know, I really have to think about that because that's not something that I've really considered. I'll mull that one over and I just went on to something else. But what was so interesting to me about it is when he was talking about his experience and his names and the people that he interviewed. And he had interviewed quite a few people in which he said that he had followed them. You know, he had, if he wanted to interview someone, he would go to their agent. If the agent said no, he would go to the manager. If the manager said no, he would go to the PR person. Like he would go and contact people around them until he finally got an interview. So he interviewed quite a few people. But when I went to his social media following, Vinnie, my cousin Vinnie, I was surprised. I felt, you know, that he would have this huge social media following. But I was surprised that he did not.
Well, it's funny. So I listen to a lot of like podcasts and different motivational people. So Gary Vee, you know what Gary Vee is?
I do not.
Okay, so he's I don't know. I guess he's a motivational speaker or mindset person, whatever. But one thing he talks about social media, he's like, he goes, people tell me, oh, I have this many followers, I have 2 million followers, I have 1 million followers. He goes, reality, it doesn't matter how many followers you have. It's a matter of what you're getting out of those followers. I bet anyone out there listening right now, if they had, you know, 5 dedicated clients, dedicated followers that you can get business out of and make a good living out of those 5, you'd be happy. But if you have 2 million followers, but you're not getting anything out of those 2 million followers, what are they really worth?
But I think that's impossible, Vinny. I see. That's where I understand when people say that. But I believe it's impossible to have 2 million followers, 2 million real followers, and not get anything out of it.
Well, let me ask you a question. So you have 2 million followers, right? And everyone's following you, right? Because every picture you're posting is you in basically a bra.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and guys are just following that picture because they're just like, oh my gosh, she's so attractive, she has a bra on, okay, oh my gosh, and then you're building the follower base based off of that.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, you're trying to sell those people, let's say, life care,
Mm-hmm.
or basically a home purchase, whatever whatever it might be. Right now, how many people that are looking at you as the idea of a life care person or a lender? They're not looking at you like that, right? They're looking at you as basically some kind of sex object,
Mm-hmm.
right? So there might be people that are going to reach out to you, yet are they really reaching out to you to actually use your product, or are they just reaching out to you to basically with the hope that they might get something of that on that sexual idea, whatever it might be?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I understand what you're saying, that there might be stuff that comes to the crack just because, it happens, yet majority of those people are looking you in one light, and they're probably not going to have understanding or a thought that you're going to be educated for their family, or educated for their home purchase, whatever it might be. Does that make sense?
It makes sense, and I'm so glad we're having this conversation, because everything you said from a theoretical point of view makes sense. However, I would find it very difficult for someone to gain 2 million followers just simply by wearing a bra. Like,
man, you need to go online. That happens all the time.
I don't see anyone who just wears a bra and gets 2 million followers. That person has to have some type of talent, some type of creativity.
There's some very attractive women out there
that have 2 million followers, and all they do is wear a bra.
I've seen maybe not 2 million. I've seen up to 500,000.
Okay, so and all they do is wear a bra.
They just wear like attractive outfits and just sexy poses.
Okay, I mean, but I think that let me give you an example. Someone like Cardi B, right? Cardi B did not get her. She got her start on Instagram. But she got her start by showing her personality. Now, she may have shown her personality in very skimpy clothing, but she still has talent and she still has personality. And I also think that if you're just wearing a bra, you're not going to just wear a bra and then say, oh, well, let me sell you real estate, because nobody's going to want to buy real estate or home care or living whatever just because somebody puts on a bra.
From what I can tell with people like that, what they do is they build a following base on there, and then people pay them for shout outs. So they get paid off the shout outs, not actually a product themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how they're making their money. They're not making it as an influencer. You're not making your money off a product that you're actually doing on a daily basis. You're making a sale off of selling someone else's product.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Cardi B was a stripper who went to Instagram and went from Instagram onto television, and from television there. So she definitely was a stripper. Okay, but I think somewhere along the way, the moral of the story got lost. So the people who are making their money off of shout outs, people are paying them shout out for a reason. A person, I haven't seen anyone who just puts on a bra and then the world comes to them. It's not really that easy. You still have to have different attractive outfits. You have to have different bras. You have to be able to pose and model in a sexy way. I mean, that's a talent. It's a gift. The post, the way they work, the way they write, and they do it for a extended period of time. So to be able to do that, then you're not going to be like, oh, let me try to sell you bail bonds, or anything like that.
There's stuff all the time. I mean, I see, people all the time that try to do wild stuff like that. I'm just saying that it's, I'm not a social media expert at any, stretch of the imagination yet.
Okay, so I think we're getting lost here. So let me go back to the original point. So do you believe that if someone had 2 million followers and they try to monetize them, because one of the things that you said is that they're getting paid for the shout outs. So if they're getting paid for shout outs, then they are absolutely monetizing.
I think if they have 2 million followers, you know, there's probably the ability, if they're actual true followers, not basically bot followers, there's going to be a ability to make money off it if you know how to make money off it. You know,
Yeah.
if you have that following base, and you know, ideally if they're true followers, then you're probably smart enough to figure out how to monetize it. Yet you can't assume anything in this day and age.
No, you definitely can't assume, but I would be hard pressed to find someone who has 2 million followers that has absolutely no idea how to make money.
Look at what did they do? Didn't they do for Twitter just like a year ago, where people were having like an exorbitant amount of followers, and then they found out that, you know, 60% of those were bots?
I'm not on Twitter, which is one of the reasons why I'm on Twitter. I was on Twitter. I had a lot of followers when I was on Twitter, but I found most of them were bots. Most of them weren't real. Most of them were fake. And so I said,
do we know that's not the same case with Instagram? So people that have followers on Instagram, if they have 2 million followers, how many bots are there? Like, I get bots requests all the time.
It got quiet. I think that was that.
I was saying I get bot requests all the time, so I'm assuming. I mean, I have no clue to what extent bots are part of the fabric of Instagram. And I just know that a couple years back they were a big part of Twitter. So
yeah, I think Twitter's the worst.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard to put everyone in a bubble. I would say the majority of people that probably can build a following base up to that extreme level probably are educated enough to find a way to monetize it. Yet, that's not always the case. There's going to be outliers in every scenario, and you would think that would always be the case. But I mean, there's going to be outliers in those kind of scenarios.
No, I mean, there's always the exception to the rule. My initial point was that if you have millions of followers, I'm pretty sure and they're real, there's some way to monetize those followers. Yeah. Because I mean, you have a following. You don't have millions, but you have a following, and your following responds to you in some form or fashion that you're able to monetize. Whether that monetization is to your real estate, or, you know, they're watching your podcast, which allows you to get paid through your sponsors. But if you have a real engaged following that you build over time, you should be able to monetize it in some form or fashion. That's the whole point of having a following.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, that's the idea. You build a following base up. You give them, you enlighten them. You give them information. You make their daily routine a little better, make their life a little better. I would think, with the hope that, you know, that it could be a reciprocal relationship.
Right. So that was the experience that I had on this show, this interview yesterday. It was. So we have Crystal Johnson, who's here. Val, as always, is here. Commenting sex sales. Val says, Crystal Johnson says, it's off of brands the followers would like from the content. So that's a good comment. So yes, it's a lot of ways, but I was so surprised by this interview. It just was, I had to handle it delicately, very delicately. And that was one of the very few times I've handled an interview delicately.
Well, I would almost wonder too, like, even if you said something negative about her, would it be the end of the world? Because there's gonna be other people that don't like her. They're gonna say, well, you know what? You know, maybe I want to talk to Sharifah because she's just keeping it real.
No, I agree. You know, but I think for me, it comes down to if I don't like her, or if, you know, what my thoughts are, or if I would have saw a problem, because his whole thing was her management team gave him pushback as far as who are you? You know, and so when I looked at all of his social media, I wasn't surprised that her camp came back with the who are you? You know, people come back to me all the time and ask, oh, well, who are you? I've done thousands of interviews. I've interviewed top celebrities. Most of my friends are celebrities, you know, but I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, someone's camp, Val Pena, you know, she comes back and like, who are you? Why do you want to have us on the show?
Can you give us some, can you do some name dropping?
Of course, I always do name dropping. I mean, have you ever heard of Patti LaBelle?
Yes.
Okay. Have you, different people, have you heard of, I interviewed Daphne Maxwell Reid?
Give me a second. I gotta Google.
Yeah, you're going to Google it. See, Vinny always has his Google up during the show, just to fact find and fact check. You may not know who Daphne Maxwell Reid was, but she was the first mom or the second mom. She was one of the moms on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She was only season 1, right?
Maybe. I think wasn't she the last one? Because I think everybody got tired of the other mom's attitude. Now, that was a situation, even when I interviewed Daphne Maxwell Reid, I had a conversation where, some people may have considered some of the comments I made negative. But I told her, I said, you know what, you were my favorite Aunt Viv. You were. She's like, oh, thank you. But she was really polite. She was really politically correct. Neither one of us said anything negative about the other lady who played Aunt Viv, but she was my favorite. She was just, she just had a different vibe, a different energy. And she always keeps it professional, on screen, off screen.
Wasn't today a 25th anniversary of the day that it went off the air? Or, yeah, wasn't the date for Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
I don't know.
Prince of Bel-Air. Yeah, I think it was something important happened today. I saw it on my feed, 25 years.
20, has it been off the air that long?
I think it was something like that. 25 years it's been off, or it was aired 25 years ago. The saddest Fresh Prince of Bel-Air scene aired 25 years ago today. I think that was the one where his do you remember it?
It's the saddest one?
Or I think it's the one where his Will Smith's dad leaves or something like that.
Oh, okay. I remember different ones. I'm not specifically sure which episode that was.
That was seen ago. How come you didn't want me, man? Yeah, where his dad is like.
Yes, and his dad was played by, I can't remember his name, but I remember what he looks like.
Yeah, you remember the dad? The dad, man, this is gonna go really far back. His dad was an actor in this one like cartoon thing where he was like they dress up as animals. I don't know if you remember that one. But it was just, yeah. So, but yeah,
that was my show. Okay, so I have a question for you, Vinny. We're gonna change the subject completely. Who is the best realtor out there?
In San Diego?
Yes.
What are they looking to do?
No, who do you know that's the best realtor out there?
Are you trying to tell me? For me to say that my team's the best realtor out there?
I'm just asking the question, Vinny.
I'm. You know what? I think there's a lot of, and this can be very political. I think there's a lot of great realtors out there. I think it matters on what you're looking to do.
I like Val.
Where you're looking to get.
I would have just said Val. That's all.
I think Val is fantastic at what she does, and
she's not one of the best. Is that what you're saying, Vinny?
She's a great realtor for a lot of lucky people.
So politically correct.
I think she's a great realtor for a lot of lucky people, and people would be lucky to work with her. Mm-hmm. And I feel that there's other people that offer other tools that might be a better fit for other people.
What are those other tools?
Let's say if a person speaks Mandarin.
Val can learn Mandarin.
She doesn't speak Mandarin now.
But she can learn it.
Tagalog, she doesn't speak it.
You can learn that too.
She can, but that doesn't mean that she's the best at speaking that language at this current time.
But she can learn it.
She can learn it, and we're always learning every single day. So it's a matter of, you asked me who is the best realtor, and maybe I assume that you meant at this moment. If we're talking about 15, 20 years down the road, when she learns Tagalog, when she learns Mandarin,
right,
learns all these other languages, hey, the sky's the limit.
Okay. We gonna go with that. We gonna take that. I was just trying to help a sister out. That's my sister. So, she said that's sad. She on your team, you know what I mean? 15 years. You didn't even stay 2 years or 3 years. It's gonna take her 20 years to learn a different language. Vinny, okay, you know what? I'm not even gonna discuss that because I already have to come down there and do my little rap session in the office, and so it's too much. I'm gonna go on with my week. How's that?
All right, tell me the rest of your week.
Okay, I had to tell you this other thing that happened.
Okay.
Do you know, Vinny, that I do 5 shows a week?
5 shows a week?
I do 5 shows a week. That's just 5 different shows. That doesn't include for my Astro video cast. I may do interviews multiple times.
5 shows now?
Yes, I have Ask Sharifah podcast, which is Monday mornings at 8 a.m.
Okay.
Then I have Ask Sharifah videocast, which is Monday through Friday, noon to 6 p.m.
Okay.
And then I have Monday mornings with Lucinda and Sharifah.
Okay.
And we actually renamed it. It's now called LNS Live. That's what we're going to call it. And so LNS Live. And so I'm working on that website. That's why I'm tired, because I've been finishing that website today. But it's lnslive.com. So that's the show we do Monday mornings at 10 a.m. And then Lucinda and I do another show called on Fridays at 8 p.m. called, it could have been called Shoes.
Shoes?
Yes. So that's Lucinda.
That's not a show I'm going to be watching. I'm sorry.
Myself, Manny, and Eddie. And the reason...
Wait, Manny and Eddie, they're about shoes too?
Yeah, it could have been called Shoes. It could have been called Shoes. So we just call it Shoes. And the reason is Lucinda is a big Beatles fan. And when you watch the Beatles, there's an interview where they do. And they're like, how did you come up with the name, the Beatles? And it's like, oh, it didn't matter. We were just looking through names. It could have been called anything. It could have been called Shoes. And so we just took that whole, we talk about so many different things. Doesn't really matter what the name is. It could have been called Shoes. So that's the show that we do. And then, of course, weekly review with Vinnie and Sharifah.
So I guess what I'm saying. So I was just looking right now. I need 12 more downloads. 12 more downloads to get to 1,000. For
Road to Growth?
Yeah.
Okay, so how do we download Road to Growth?
Road to Growth, you can go to iTunes, you can go to Spotify, you can go to all the different platforms. Okay,
so how did you determine that you need 12? 12, what happens at 12? You get $100?
No, it's just I can see my stats. I keep stats.
I know, but what does 12 more give you? I mean, why not 13?
Because 12, it's at 988 right now.
Okay, that answered the question. So, okay.
I can do that.
988. So you want to reach 1,000 is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, see, we got to have a goal. Let me help you, Vinny. You give people a goal. Help me get to 1,000. We want to get to 1,000. That's better than just, I need 12 downloads. We need the motivation. We need the magic. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Val says she's going to give you $5 when you get to 1,000.
Oh,
so,
what?
Nice. Yes, Val is coming out of pocket. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to ask all the people. We're going to type it in, and you can put the link because you have all the links. You usually post the link. You haven't posted it today. So all the people who are watching this live, all the people who are watching this in the archives, we need you to go ahead and share this link, have some more downloads, because we want to help Road to Growth get to 1,000 downloads. How long did it take you to get to 988 downloads?
3 months.
Okay.
I started 3 months ago.
Okay. Now, for people who are listening who may be interested in their own podcast, do you have any recommendations or advice on how to get people to listen and download? What do you typically do?
So I've been, so I do off of Instagram. I've got a decent, starting building following off of Instagram and like giving like snippets of it. And it's really word of mouth. Like there's stuff like, it's just me talking to people and kind of building that up. So it really hasn't been like a full court press yet. It's just being, I think, vocal about it.
So is your Instagram all bots?
I try to keep it most of them bots. Yeah, it's, as many bots as possible, I think.
Just to get the numbers up? Do the bots download?
Yeah, you can train the bots to download.
Oh, wow. You should write a book on that.
Yeah, I wish I could train the bots to download. I can. Oh, wow, my gosh. Look how much Val has been writing.
I know, I've been talking about. We've been having our own little meeting over here. Okay. So,
and I like her too. Sex sells.
Okay.
Go on.
Yeah. We're at Vinny, and we posted. Vinny posted the link, so you definitely want to go ahead and share the link for Road to Grow. So Vinny
gives shout outs to brand shoes, jewelry brand.
This is what you do after the show, Vinny. You reading the comments.
Man, they're throwing it out there by Cardi B. All these women know about strippers, huh? I didn't know that.
No, because I was making a comment about how Cardi B got started on Instagram. So she was saying that she got started as a stripper, but her fame started on Instagram. So as a stripper, she started posting all these different videos and her rapping and her laughing and her making all these sounds. And she built this Instagram following. And so Cardi B went from Instagram to television. And I'm sure Val or somebody over here, because I forgot the name of the show that Cardi B went to. And from then her career just took off. But it was her personality, you know, even as a stripper only has one little, you know, show or club that they strip at for the most part. They don't become, you know, a household name worldwide. But when she took her personality to Instagram, she became infamous.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you. Are you ready for this?
No, I'm scared.
All right. So I found a website that says 25 porn stars that became actors.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna give you three names.
Okay.
You're gonna tell me which one started out as a porn star.
Okay.
Ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right. So Jim Carrey,
Mm-hmm.
David Duchovny,
Mm-hmm.
Adam Sandler.
David Duchovny.
All right, good one. All right, let's see another person.
I know my porn stars.
Oh gosh. Let's get another name on here fast. Let me see. Number 2. I'll try to get another one for you. I don't know who that person is. Yeah, I do remember something about David Duchovny. Not know that. Oh, but you want to know that person's name. Oh, but he turned into one. Dustin Diamond's a porn star now, huh?
Yes, he is. Yes.
Wow.
I mean, when you have to pay the bills, you have to pay the bills. And certain people, they get a name and a brand and a reputation. And so they can monetize it.
Okay, ready for this one?
Yes.
All right. Tom Cruise, Jackie Chan, Sylvester Stallone.
I want to say Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, the trick question. Jackie Chan and Sylvester Stallone.
Okay, how you going to do trick questions?
I can't think of someone else. That's crazy. Both. I can't believe Jackie Chan too, and Cameron Diaz. What?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, folks. The Mary is, of course, she struck a big with you. Wow.
Yes. Okay, so the whole point is you can start anywhere and, wind up anywhere. That's the beauty of America.
Yeah, it's not where we start, it's where you finish, right?
Yes, and that's why I love being an American. I love being born in America. It's one of the few places where you can be born rich and die poor, be born poor and die rich. It's all up to you. It's that dash that's on your tombstone. It's everything that you do with your life, and you can be anything.
Well, one of the things, like I was listening to another person speak, and he was talking about it, that it's being born in America, right? Being born in America and growing up in America is a negative and a positive, right? So the positive is you have that ability to be anything you want to be, and you have to find that hustle, right? But being someone from a impoverished area and then coming to America, you're starting out probably a little farther down, but you have that drive, you have that effort, you have that want, and that's probably one of the bigger reasons why 50% of all second generation businesses fail, because you lose that want, you lose that drive. So I think America as a whole has the opportunity for anyone to make it. It's just a matter if you have that drive, you have that want to be better. So
I mean, I think that's true, but I also think as second generations, we have quote unquote more to lose. Our focus is, we're not on the streets. We're not, everything we have in our backpack. So we've already established ourselves. So they're not necessarily going to risk everything to be successful. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Move in. We're kind of okay. You know what I mean? Like, we're okay being a school teacher. We're okay being
you can fail in the U.S. and still have a decent life. There's a lot of countries you can't do that in.
No, I agree. I'm will be here to the day I die. Okay, I'm not moving anywhere.
Would you ever move outside the U.S.?
No.
No?
I don't even like traveling outside of the U.S. I'm so bougie.
Why do you hate everyone else?
See, Vinny, that's how rumors get started. I didn't say that I hate everyone else at all.
But
What
you
I said,
insinuated it, right?
I didn't insinuate it either. It doesn't have anything to do with hating those people. Is that I need certain comforts of home. I'm a very picky eater. I have a very delicate palate. I don't eat everything. I don't, it's so many.
They have McDonald's in most countries now.
I don't eat McDonald's. Like, no, I like food. You know what, Vinny? We're going to take some questions from the audience, from the comment section. We're going to find some people who have some questions because Vinny over here trying to, start a tabloid rumor.
You know what? I think there's some great countries out there. Yeah, I mean, I think there's some.
To visit is my whole point. Like, I would go visit them. I want to visit. So my mom just went to Dubai. Oh, I've always wanted to go to Dubai. I want to buy a one-way ticket to Dubai and find me like a prince, and join a harem.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I've been to Dubai a couple times. It's they have I think was there only 2 hotels that are like 6-star hotels like that in the world, and they have one of them, and you can't even go inside the lobby anymore unless you're actually staying in the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
It's that nice. But
that's what I'm talking about. That's where I want to go. That's where I want to be. But I wouldn't move there unless I found a harem.
Well, I mean, so being part of a harem, what is that? What would that entail? Is that like?
Well, see, I want to be wife number 32.
All right. So,
okay.
So yeah.
Maybe 38. Maybe 26. But not what the first 5 wives. They do too much work.
What do they do?
They take care of the king.
Yeah, but you don't think there's gonna be a rotation?
Yeah, but by the time they get to number 38, he'll forgot. He'd have bought me some house somewhere. He don't even remember he married me.
So what do you expect for just being there? Because he's not gonna let you leave.
I don't need to leave. I just want a house.
Oh, just a house in Dubai to live?
Yes.
So you would live there as long as you have basically your sugar daddy.
Are we back on the shoot? Nobody told you to pay attention, Vinny.
Well, I'm just saying that, like, you're saying that you would live in Dubai if you had a harem.
Yes.
That you would not have to
give the sugar.
Bring his dreams to reality.
Yeah, so you got to find a sugar daddy that doesn't want any sugar.
Well, that seems like a boring life.
So much better than paying the mortgage.
Is it?
No.
Is it?
I agree, Vinny. I'm still here in America, working hard, building my businesses. Half the stuff I say, I'm just giving you a hard time. So our listeners, don't take this the wrong way. I'm not going to join a harem. I'm going to be here to help the people with the podcast, video cast, the books, the talks, the shows, everything in America.
Oh, look at that. Val just asked the question about 32.
She said, why 32?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think enjoying the moment, enjoying the day, it's just instead of actually being, I guess, subject to another person. That'd be tough. Like, I don't even know, like, we were talking about that the other day about like in Afghanistan and those communities right there where you're more of an object than you are a person. That would be, imagine like not knowing that there's what else is out there, but you grew up in that kind of environment. That'd be a tough way to live.
I mean, but everything comes down to perspective, right? Yeah. For instance, I had a friend of mine who had moved here from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
And she was like talking about how in Saudi Arabia, where she was, the women weren't allowed to work. And so I asked her, what did you do all day? So she's like, oh, we couldn't go to work. All we could do was watch TV all day. And I'm like, okay, work is overrated. You know what I mean?
But that would get boring after a while, watching TV all day long. Like, what would you watch? Like, okay, you watch Breaking Bad, all the episodes. You may watch some Game of Thrones, all that kind of stuff.
You can do something.
But once you know all these series, we can watch like Maury Povich.
No. Okay, but
Price is Right?
I don't know if they have Price is Right. I don't know what they have.
I mean, like, oh my gosh, imagine watching like Maury Povich or one of those shows every single day. Or what's the
I
one where
love
it's
Maury
like,
Povich.
you are
What's
the
wrong with
father?
Maury Povich?
Huh?
I love Maury.
What's the one that always tells you, you are
That's
the father?
that's Maury Povich.
Are you serious? You like watching that?
I love Maury Povich. You're not my friend no more, Vinny? We not related no more.
You get really excited. You get really excited when they're like, okay, all right. So we got 4 different people here. Who's the daddy? Who's the daddy? We got the blood test in. Then the person goes, all right, so and so here. The other person's like, I knew it. Oh my, like that gets you going, huh?
No, but let me just say this, okay, because I have to come back to my professional business consultant, entrepreneur aspect role or whatever. But I like Maury Povich. I don't like Jerry Springer. I don't like those kind of shows. But the reason I like Maury is not because of the drama, is because I love to be a human lie detector. I love to be able to watch and see who's lying. I just, that's interesting to me. And then the reasons they give for being able to prove, that he's the father. They have all these reasons and justifications, and only to come to find out it's not true. It's the same thing. Like, I love the ID channel. That's the channel that my television on. It's on ID in investigation discovery. With all the not the ID channel, Vinny.
Okay.
It's on there all the time. Okay. But it's the who done it aspect of it, because I love to turn the show at the beginning of the show, right when they find the body, watching all the people, and I'm like, oh, he's the killer. That's the killer right there. And I'm almost always right.
You know what? I think you have a real estate mindset where you need to find out it's not who the killer is, but who the next home buyer is for this property.
Yes, but I have to have some home buyers who are on the stage so I could see.
Oh, that's why you go out there. You talk to as many people as possible. You can ask Val. She's constantly dissecting these people and finding out who's telling the truth, who really does need help, who doesn't even know they need help.
Mm-hmm.
It's a smorgasbord of opportunities.
I'm gonna try that though. Do y'all have, like in police officers, they have ride-alongs. Do y'all have ride-alongs in real estate?
Yeah, you want to do right along?
I want to do a ride-along in Long Beach, not in San Diego.
We probably put something together.
Put something together. I'm gonna go on a ride-along, see what's happening, do some prospecting, see who really needs help.
What celebrities do you know up there? Maybe we can talk to them and see if we can kind of get in that circle and kind of mingle it. We can do them the charm a little bit and kind of see how can we earn your business.
Getting into celebrities is easy. People do that all the time. All you got to do is go down Melrose, go to Hollywood. Everybody's always hanging out, trying to be seen. Celebrities always say, oh, well, TMZ is always following me. TMZ caught me at the most awkward time. Do you know what TMZ stands for? Do you?
No.
Take a guess.
Too much Zoom.
No, give me another one because I like the way you think.
Time, money, zap.
30-mile zone.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. TMZ only covers a 30-mile zone. So the people who say they don't want TMZ to cover them all are around this same 30-mile zone.
Wow. So how do you friend these people?
How do you threaten them?
No, friend them. Oh my gosh, you're angry. No, I mean, like you said, you had some friends of celebrities. Like, what was the process of you getting a relationship, building a relationship with some of these people?
Well, there wasn't a process. For the last 5 years, I worked for a television network. That was how all of this started, working with the network. A lot of the celebrities came in, whether they were for events, red carpets, appearances, projects, movies, television shows, whatever it was. And being that I was the director of marketing and working with a lot of these people putting on these events, I just got to know a lot of them.
So then you started hanging out with them and mingling?
Yeah, some of them, not all of them, but some of them.
So can you throw out, can you name drop who your closest celebrity friend is?
No.
Can you introduce me to that person?
Yes. And then what you gonna do with them?
I'm gonna try to win them over, and they're gonna say, "Wow, you know what? I wish Sharifah would have introduced me so much longer. You are such a nice person. You have this charisma about you that I really want to get to know you more."
And so what are you gonna they're gonna be your newest home buyer?
Hey, you know what? if they want to buy, maybe they want to sell. I don't know. Maybe they just want me in their circle of people.
I think you should be in their circle of people. You're a celebrity yourself. I mean, look at you. I mean, just look at you, Vinny.
Thank you.
And we're going to be Googling you on the internet. Vinny was in real estate after being in Afghanistan, then being here, then in real estate. Now you can watch him every day on Fox.
You know what's crazy? It's so funny how technology is and how easy it is you can find like past history of people, people with their names like that. Oh my gosh, man! Did I ever say that when I was living in Czech Republic?
No, you told me about the peanut butter and vodka, which I'll never forget.
Yeah, so Czech Republic, it has, to be real, Czech Republic has had a, I don't know if it still does, had a very big a pornographic scene out there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was very big. It was very big out there because it was cheap labor for filming in general.
Oh, wow.
And so I actually knew people that
So you were porn stars, what you're about to tell us? We're about to go into your porn.
Well, no. There was people that were like, oh yeah, man, these people are giving you free opportunities to be part of their films and that kind of stuff. And I was like, dude, man, that stuff catches back to you, man. You gotta be careful. And I've never Googled them, but I'm curious if those people ever venture that direction.
So what you're saying is when you were on camera, you didn't show your face.
You know what? I'm a classy gentleman. I would never. You would never
tell?
I would never. I am a classy gentleman. How dare you, Sharifah? How dare you?
I was just saying, you just seem very familiar with this. I think you mentioned porn for at least 3 or 4 times in the last hour.
No, well, you started with this whole stripper thing about the idea that strippers.
All I said was Cardi B. I mentioned Cardi B. Now this is my fault.
Yeah, you talking about Cardi B was a stripper and she used her sex appeal to transition it, and I was like, it's Sharifah's her mind just wandering going down this path. I guess I'll appease her.
Okay. Well, we gonna go ahead and take that, Vinny. We gonna go ahead and take that. But look, let me scroll through the comments and see who that was. That was Crystal. I don't even know Crystal. Crystal's a good friend of yours, but where's Crystal? Crystal was like, she's a stripper.
All right, we'll throw out Crystal then. And Crystal is the one that I don't know about her history of what she gets into. But, hey.
I don't know, but we're gonna have to get Crystal on the show. Maybe there's something in her past that she want to talk about. You know what I mean? We're gonna review it.
So on a more, I guess,
professional.
I guess that's the word we're gonna be using. Professional now. What do you have planned for the rest of this week and next week?
Let's see. This is everything. You know what? I'm gonna answer that question, but I can tell you this right now. Before I was like, I wanted to get busy. I wanted to get clients. I wanted to, make more money. I wanted to do all these things. Now that I'm busy, it's like all I really want to do sometimes is just rest. It's always so much going on. The different shows, the different interviews, different clients, everything is good. So I have a lot coming up, a lot of great interviews coming up. Some people I'm interviewing on Monday. I think I have 3 interviews on Monday. Oh, wow. 3 interviews on Monday. I think I do the most work all day on Monday. I'm booked. But one of the people that I'm interviewing that I'm very interested in speaking with is a gentleman who owns the largest African-American owned furniture store in America.
Oh, wow. What's it called?
I had it. Let me see. I forgot. But I'm going to talk about it on Monday live. So it's at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to be on, it's Bow Concepts, I believe. Bow Concepts. BOCONCEPTS, I believe. And his name is Terrace Daniels. And so I'm going to be speaking to him on Monday, and because I love stories like that. Not just the fact that he has, or he says he has, because I'm going to find out about it, the largest African-American owned furniture store, but just to have a furniture store, just to have a store, just to have a brick and mortar store. I mean, a lot of the people that I speak with, they're just internet based. They have a business, they have a website, but not a lot of them are brick and mortar. So I think that's very interesting. I think that's someone who will be able to give us the tangibles, give us the, how long did it take? So this is one of my interviews on Monday. I'm interviewing a podcast host on Vinnie. Then again, I have Ask Sharifah podcast. It's lot going on, but I get to relax this weekend, Mother's Day weekend. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I'm going to spend Mother's Day with my mother, my family. What do you have coming up, Vinny?
Well, thank you for bringing that up about my mother. She won't be here in San Diego with me, so she's gonna be gone. So I don't get to enjoy my time, just like you're gonna enjoy your time with mother. I don't get to enjoy my time with my mother this Sunday. So thanks for rubbing that in, Sharifah. I appreciate it.
I didn't know. I didn't know, Vinny. I'm sorry.
No, I'm joking. I had dinner with her last night. I'll hang out with her when she gets back into town. I love her every day, so it's fine.
Happy Mother's Day, Tammy. That's Tammy. You should meet Tammy. You're a realtor. Tammy is Fireball approved. What she does is she helps to verify rental listings so that people don't think that they're scammers. So some scammers create ads.
Oh, wow.
And so she verifies the ads. And she works with a lot of realtors and real estate agents. So I definitely think you should meet Tammy Sorrento.
Oh, that'd be cool. When you said Fireball approved, I was thinking that she's taking Fireball shots.
See, I'm trying to be professional, and you know what, Vinny? No, she's a fireball. This lady is like a firecracker. She's a redhead, and she's like, a man tried to scam her when she was trying to buy this vacation rental, her and her grandkids and her family on a holiday vacation. Yeah. And she was like, this sounds too good to be true. So she researched it and found out it was a scam. And instead of just, saying, walk away and be mad, she created an entire business helping people figure out if listings are valid or they're scams. But she works with a lot of realtors. I definitely think you should check her out.
All right, I'll take a look at it.
Fireballcruise.com.
So, and then I have doing something with Maribel tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing a breakfast thing, and then doing a lot of cold calling on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. You cold call on Saturday because people are home? Mm-hmm. I think.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'm going to a circus party Saturday night.
What is a circus party?
You dress up as a circus thing, whatever person.
No, I've never heard of that.
No, I know. I didn't hear about it either. Someone's birthday thing. So I'm doing that on Saturday night.
Is it in San Diego?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna dress up as a circus character.
What are you gonna be?
I think I was gonna be a muscle person, one of those muscle people that wear like the leotard or whatever it is. So that's the.
Val says porn. That's what Val said. I'm not. That wasn't me.
Bring it back.
I think we lost it somewhere on this show. Like, this is not our normal show. Like, every other word is porn. Okay, I don't know. I'm sorry. I think it's the holidays. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me focus. Let me pay attention.
And then I'm doing what is it? Saddle or what is it? The boarding thing where you're on the board and you kind of. I'm doing that on.
When you're sitting down or standing up?
Standing up.
I've never heard of that.
I don't know, but I'm doing that Saturday afternoon. Sunday afternoon.
I've never heard of standing up.
Oh yeah, so I do basketball in the morning, and then we'll be doing some more work next week and have some listing appointments.
So what are you going to do on Mother's Day since your mother left you?
I think I might possibly hang out with my sister and her kids. One of my sisters and their kids. Because I'm all about women empowerment, and I want to make sure that women out there.
It sounds like it. Right after you finish filming the porn.
What? Women can get empowered in porn too? You don't think so?
I'm not going to judge. Because then next I'll be on the tabloids judging people, and I have everybody picketing outside and rioting because I talked about people and women,
You know what? I believe in equality, Sharifah. Whatever you say and don't believe about, I believe in equality. Women can do just as good as men, if not better.
I agree. So on that note, you know what? This review, I was just trying to tell you about my problems. It's 6:00. It's time to go. Vinny gave me a headache, I think, today, but it was fun. It was interesting as always. I just, I'm ready for next week, for next weekly review with Vinnie and Sharifah. Until then, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Vinny. Thank you, everyone. Val, Tammy. What was my new friend? I just made Crystal. Yeah, I'm like, then Crystal. Thank you, Crystal. Crystal probably left us because we put her on the spot. Please, 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 please go download Road to Growth. We have to help my cousin Vinny get to 1,000 downloads, and he's gotten this far. He's only 12 away. So let's get him some more downloads. Ask your friends, pass the words to go check out Road to Growth. And if you want to download an episode, go download my episode on Road to Growth. Look for the one with Sharifah Hardy. Bye, guys. Thank you, Val. Everyone have a wonderful day. Happy Mother's Day.